In the last video, you built your own tool set. Here's the payoff. mAIvn ships over 170 ready-made connectors, files, Slack, Gmail, GitHub, Postgres, and more. And they follow the exact same toolset pattern you just learned. You register and filter them the same way. And there's one more thing that makes them genuinely pleasant to work with. You can run them with no account, no token, and no network at all. Let's see how. These connectors live in the mAIvn Tools package. Each one is just a toolset. The same @toolset and @toolify pattern with the same permissions and tags. So everything you learned about registering and filtering applies unchanged. The new idea is the transport. Every connector talks to the outside world through a transport object. Point it at the real transport and it calls the live API. Swap in a mock transport and it returns test data you control. No network, no credentials. Same connector, two backends. Start with the simplest one. Local files toolset. It needs no credentials at all. You just hand it a folder and the agent is sandboxed to that folder. We register it like any toolset with add toolset. And because permissions still apply, we pass exclude tags destructive. So the agent can read and edit files but never delete them. That's the whole point. A shipped connector behaves exactly like the toolsets you write, permissions and all. Now the mock transport. We subclass HTTP transport and implement send. And we just route by URL. A request to conversations.list returns two channels. A search returns a matching message. Anything else returns a 404. Then we build the Slack toolset with transport set to our mock. That one argument is the whole trick. In production, you'd pass the real transport. In development and tests, you pass this. We also narrow it with include, exposing only the two read tools we want. No Slack workspace, no token anywhere. Run it, and the reader works the connector as if it were live. It lists the channels, incidents, and releases, searches for the deploy risk, and pulls the matching message, all from our mock transport. Then it files a structured triage report, the channels it reviewed, and the key risk it found. No network call ever left the machine, and there was never a token, but the agent code is identical to what you'd ship against the real Slack. Same connector in mAIvn Studio. We send the triage request and the Slack tools fire. List channels, then search messages, returning the mock's data, and the reader produces its report. Studio doesn't know the transport is fake. The connector looks and behaves exactly like the real one. That's what makes mock transports so useful for building and demoing. Two takeaways. First, 170+ connectors ship for free, built on the very same registration and permission model as the toolsets you write yourself. So there's nothing new to learn to use them. Second, and this is the one to remember, swap the transport for deterministic test data, and you can develop, demo, and run CI against real connectors with zero credentials. Same connector code, fake transport in tests, real transport in production. To recap, mAIvn-Tools gives you a huge library of connectors that work just like your own toolsets. Register and filter them the same way. Plus a mock transport, so you can run them with no accounts or network. Next up, modifying tools and toolsets. Now that you can build them and use the pre-built ones, how to reshape a tool or a whole toolset you didn't write to fit your app without touching its code. See you there.